A soldier engages an FPV drone at very close range. Russian soldier destroys Ukrainian UAV with 12 caliber small arms.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe and like.
The images show the final stage of a unique operation to destroy a highway bridge over the river Siol on the eastern outskirts of Velika Rybitsia, Sumy region. The destruction of several spans of this bridge disrupted an important logistics route and reduced the rate of transfer of reserves of the armed forces of Ukraine in the direction of Demidovka. Su-34 crews of the Vostok Group of the 11th Guards Air Force and Air Defense Army, using FAB-500s of the UMPK, attacked air infiltration points of the armed forces of Ukraine in the villages of Novopol and Demidovka. To evacuate civilians and wounded fighters, Marines in the Kursk region travel by motorcycles. Soldiers use motorcycles to move faster over difficult terrain and to avoid attacks by the Ukrainian armed forces. With two-wheeled vehicles, they immediately deliver ammunition and take captured fighters to the designated location. One of them is Andriy Hrinchishin, who says that the command threw them to the front line without food and equipment. A Ukrainian FPV drone missed a Russian Ural truck. Thinking that there would be another drone attack, Russian soldiers quickly got out of the truck and stood ready for a possible attack. After it became clear that there would not be another attack, they continued on their way. Artillery units of the 305th Brigade of the 5th Guards Vostok Combined Arms Army hit the storage site of the Ukrainian Armed Forces rocket launcher in Volnoy Pole. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Russian reconnaissance drone operators revealed the reinforcement group of the Ukrainian armed forces. After precisely calculating the coordinates, the aircraft type UAV was activated and dealt a hard blow to the position. The position and equipment were destroyed. A shot taken from 1.5 kilometers away, footage of the covert work of a sniper team in the area of responsibility of the West Group. The observation posts of the armed forces of Ukraine are being destroyed.
На 2 часа дальность 900, угол 6,2, боковая поправка, влево 0. Цель в грудь. Все.
Soldiers of the 102nd Regiment of the 150th Motorized Rifle Division of the 8th Guards, Combined Arms Army of the Russian Armed Forces, are clearing positions from the Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry. Some of the Ukrainian infantry cannot withstand the intensity of the fire and decide to surrender, thus saving their own lives. a video of the objective work of Russian soldiers. I won't comment much, let's watch it clearly.
Есть, принял. Я скидываю.
A Ukrainian position with camouflaged mobile equipment appeared in a wooded area near Chasiv Yar. Russian FPV drone operator destroyed Ukrainian buggy. During aerial reconnaissance near the village of Bely Kolodez in the Kharkiv region, the operator of the northern UAV revealed the location of Ukraine's camouflaged electronic warfare station. A kamikaze drone using fiber optics managed to approach the target without interference and inflict fire damage to it. The two K-22M Tunguska-M anti-aircraft missile and artillery system of the Dnipro forces destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces spy plane in the Kherson region. It is a mobile air defense system modernized by Russia, integrating both cannon and missile systems. It is known by its NATO codename SA-19 Grison. This system provides an effective defense against aircraft, helicopters, cruise missiles, and unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, especially at low and medium altitudes. Novorossiysk paratroopers lock the sky in the direction of Orekhovsk, Zaporizhzhia region. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Another Max Pro is being sent to the Russian Army Museum. It has joined the collection of broken equipment, no longer on the front line, but in the museum. The Russian armed forces destroyed an American M113 APC using a fiber optic drone. The scene we are used to seeing in videos is here again. The crew left the armored vehicle, leaving the back door open. Since the door was open, the drone entered comfortably and blew up the armored vehicle with a powerful hit. Another American-made M113 armored personnel carrier was destroyed in the Sumy region. I think the infantry watched our video. They closed the doors when they left the vehicle, but this was still not enough to stop the Russian drone operator. He hit the sensitive point of the armored vehicle once, and the armored vehicle burned to scrap. The attack drones found another armored vehicle in the same direction during reconnaissance, and the infantry was outside. And then it happened. In the Kharkov region, TOS-1A struck a concentration point of Ukrainian armed forces troops. The Ukrainian armed forces deployed several assault groups in the border settlement of Baranivka. The Russians launched an attack on this point after reconnaissance. Clashes continue in the region. Shcherbanovka direction. Russian fiber optic drone operators destroyed the HMMWV used by the Ukrainian armed forces. Fighting near Chasiv Yar. They are hiding behind civilians. The Russian reconnaissance unit in Chasiv Yar detected a temporary deployment point. How right is it to use places where civilians live as temporary deployment points? Hiding behind them. During a detailed investigation, 2 antennas for controlling UAVs were discovered, from which the Ukrainian armed forces exert control over drones at long distances. Russian attack drones immediately flew over and shot down only the antennas. Civilians and civilians' homes were not harmed. Kharkiv direction. Tracking and destruction of a pickup truck of the armed forces of Ukraine. The driver of the pickup truck drove into a residential area to evade the drone because he hoped that the drone would crash into power poles or cables in the residential area. But it didn't. Kursk region, village of Gornal. Russian artillery demolished the position of the armed forces of Ukraine, which used the building as a temporary deployment point. Pokrovsk direction. As a result of a hit by 2 American M109A6 Paladin fiber optic drones, $1 million equipment was destroyed. Kostiantynivka direction. A pickup truck used by the infantry to move quickly was wrecked after being hit hard by a Russian FPV drone. A mortar position left in an open position was destroyed. A towed howitzer gun was found in the immediate vicinity of the mortar. The drone operator struck the howitzer hard. An armored vehicle carrying Ukrainian infantry was decelerated. Another mortar position was found camouflaged and destroyed. Two pickup trucks were found parked in the same direction. The vehicles were destroyed in turn. Kursk region. The Abrams tank abandoned by the Ukrainian armed forces is being prepared for evacuation and restoration. Do you think this tank should be used in offensive operations after restoration? Would this move surprise the enemy? Their tank attacking them. The Russian fiber optic drone tracked the movement of the armored personnel carrier and disabled it with an accurate hit. Several more kamikaze drones with fiber optics flew to the target. The footage shows Ukrainian armed forces infantry trying to disengage from the armored vehicles. The Russians continue their offensive in the direction of Krasnoarmysk. In the settlement of Lisovka, a T-64 tank was scrapped after being hit hard by FPV drones. Another tank of unknown number was scrapped. Right next to the T-64 tank is the BMP-1 armored vehicle, which was desperately attacked by Russian drones. The crew abandoned the tanks and vehicles as a result of Russian attacks. Expensive equipment is being destroyed. Later, in the direction of Mirolyubivka, The T-72 tank was also waiting for Russian drone attacks. It was also scrapped. The position of the Ukrainian Armed Forces mortar was found camouflaged. The fiber-optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, slowly approached the position, and with one hit, broke the mortar's power. What do you think about regular FPV drones and fiber-optic drones? Lightning Strike UAV crews of the 36th Independent Guard Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Vostok Group destroyed an aerial UAV and a UAV control point in the village of Bogatyr. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Kharkiv direction. Russian FPV drone operators destroyed two S-3 Akatsiya 152mm self-propelled howitzer. This system is still in active use in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and other former Soviet countries. An objective image of how a single fiber optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, destroyed the American-made M2A2 Bradley, one of the most proud of the Ukrainian armed forces and popular in the world. The crew of the attacked Bradley armored vehicle left the door open when leaving the vehicle. This made the armored vehicle an easy target. Soldiers of the Vostok Group destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces T-64 tank near the village of Bogatyr in Donetsk. The combat vehicle exploded on an anti-tank mine. The impact of a Lancet barrage ammunition caused the tank's ammunition package to explode. FPV drones finished off the target.